everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here and you found a little moment in your day to see what I am up to. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Yanni and I'm doing this all about Christmas channel. On this channel you will find lots and lots of seasonal DIYs, but of course also daily decor DIYs. If you like this content, of course, I hope you click the red subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, so I hope you enjoy it. And for now, we are going to make some new tumbling tile blocks DIYs. If you like it, of course, come along with me, and if you only want to watch, have fun watching. For this DIY, what we are going to need, of course, our tumbling tile blocks, our glue gun, some furniture wax, of course, a paint at your choice, choose whatever everything you like, some wood glue, some glue sticks, and of course a brush. And we will see what we will use, but these are the main pieces you will need for this DIY, and we are going to make a farmhouse window, but we're going to make it on a stand and we are going to make two of them. So we will see how this will turn out. We are going to start in the middle of our window, and what we're going to do, we are going to do two pieces together like this on the tops and squeeze it and press it down and make sure that they are exactly in the middle. Now we take another one and we do some on the top, some glue, and we are going to glue it exactly in the middle and press it down. And now we're going to do the other side, the opposite direction, also the same, and squeeze it in the middle like this. The most important thing is that you have these two exactly against each other, and if you are a little bit out of the line, that doesn't matter so much, but make sure that you have it in the middle. And what we're going to do now, we are going to make the frame around it, and the frame is very easy. We are going to do two pieces of two, because we are going to make our window in pieces. This is already one. We are going to make a second one like this. This is number two. Remove the glue again. This, and now we're going to make two of three. It's also, yo, he was getting away from me again. This is one, and this is number three. And I hope that my blocks are a little bit working with me, because the last pieces of blocks are already were a little bit different of sizes. So I hope that this will work all right, and or else I have to make a new one, because you have to make it fitting. And this is again the second of number three, and the last one. Now we already have for the first piece of our window, because we're going to make it in pieces, we already have our, and you see already what I will show it to you. You see this block is already much bigger than this one. You can see the difference in size. Now it is the top, it doesn't matter so much, so we will work with it, but sometimes it's very frustrating when you have an when you make those kind of blocks. You always have I think it goes with computers, and you have one size, then you would think that all the sizes were exactly the same, but they are not, and I don't understand how that is possible. But I am not someone who is making those blocks, but we will work with it. What we're going to do, we're going to make this one and this one on here, and we're going to this one in the middle. And I think I'm going to do this with some wood glue, because I can change it up a little bit better than I do it with my glue of my glue gun. So, but you see, we really have to work with it to get it totally fitting inside. And you see, if you look right, you see already I have a little overview. This is how it's supposed to be. So I'm going to take my wood glue, and I have a very simple brand of wood glue. So, and that's why I do it with wood glue. You can change it up a little bit longer than you can with your glue gun. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do some glue on the end and on the end over here. Place it down. I'm going to do some glue on this end, and lay it down. So we have this covered, and now we're going to do some glue on this side. Don't worry, I always make a big mess out of it, but of course learn from my mistakes and you can do it much cleaner than I do. So don't worry about it. So lay it against each other in the middle, and now we're going to go move also this one together the same, and squeeze it and press it down. And now we are going to let it dry for at least half an hour. So you have to wait for half an hour. No, you don't. I am going to go to finish this off, and then you will see the result. And this is how the first part of our window is looking like. So what I'm going to do, because I want to make a longer, if you want to have a short window, you can of course here do a little knob over here, and you can do anything with it, but I want to have it a little bit longer, so I make the same piece like this again. So it's so easy to make, just like we did in the first piece of our thing. And if everyone who doesn't want to see it, please skip forward, it doesn't matter, but of course I hope you will stay. And like I always say, if you're not subscribed, of course I hope you will click the link down below in our description box. There you find the link for this channel and of course our main channel, Deco Easy. So enough talking, I'm going very fast further with the next piece of our window. This is one, and we're going to make again the square. Very easily, just place it again like this, and maybe you don't hear me talking and you just see it fast forward. That's also a possibility we can do if I talk too much. So this is already the square. We are going to make again 2 from 2, and this is also very easy to make. You can also give such a window maybe for Mother's Day, if your mother is liking the same decor like you do, then you can of course also give it as a present to her. Like this is the second one, and I'm going to go only for 3 pieces, 2 pieces of 3. Again, this is 1. You have to be sure that I have it in the middle, and this one, and all the time also squeeze but also press it down so you get one straight line. And the last one, and then you already have the window, and this is the 2, and the last, and this is already all the pieces we need for the second part of our window. And if you have questions and you want to ask me something else, it can be anything, don't hesitate and just ask the question. It can be on me, but it also can be on Diane. And when we're speaking about Diane, of course, if you have seen Diane, her DIY, Diane has also made 2 farmhouse doors, but she did it with some panels she found in the free box with IKEA. So if you not familiar with that kind of doors, come on over to Deco Easy, and there you find Diane, her DIY. I am going to place this in the middle, and like we do, I'm doing some wood glue on the tops of this side, and this is one on this side, on this side, and of course on this side, and we're just going to place it down. And now we only need to do some glue on the tops of the 2 piece. I just found it out. I was doing very difficult with the first first window, but it is so easy to do. You just do it on the square and on the cross, and of course on the 2 piece, and then you can just lay it down very easily. So don't make the mistake like I do. Do it easy and do it this way. And you see, we are going to try to get it as neat as we can, because we have to work with the blocks, but I let this dry also, of course, a half hour. And now we have our 2 pieces of the first window. And what we're going to do, we're going to glue this together with some wood glue, because I want to make sure that it sticks together. And of course, a lot of you would think that I would probably do one line of the blocks instead of 2. But I'm going to make a little decoration on top of here. So that's why I do the 2 piece. But if you want to do only the 1, it's also fine too. Then you just have to build further until you have the same blocks that you can end it with 2. So I'm going to do some wood glue over here. But of course I said we are going to make 2 of them. So I'm going to glue this already together, and I'm going to make in a moment the second one. So I'm just going to do some now. You see already, how can I get the wood glue out when I have at least my lid on top of here? Now, of course, this is Monday and we are just going to go further and just do if nothing happens. So you didn't see it. So I'm going to lay this one down, and I'm just going to lay it together, and again wait until this dry, and most of the time in half hour. But you can also use some wood glue and just stick it together, is also fine. But I want to be sure that it stays in place. Right now I'm going to lay this apart, and I'm going to make the second one really fast. You just saw me making both of the windows, but of course, if you know me, sometimes my head is going a little bit different than probably with normal people. What I did, I am going to use one window, and the other window I already glued together, but I broke it up. So now I have again 2 loose windows. What I'm going to do, I'm going to keep one of them for another project, but this one I am going to make a window box for. So I'm going to do 2 different things this time. For this easy window box, we are just going to make 7 blocks on each other, just sideways, and make sure that they are even. And I think you already saw a lot of them also on Pinterest. You can find lots and lots of ideas also from window boxes. So if you don't like this one, just go ahead and go look on Pinterest, and then you also find beautiful creators who also make a beautiful DIY. So go check it out, because everyone is doing their best. So if you don't like this is not your choice, then go ahead and check out Pinterest, because there are, like I said, a lot and lots of beautiful creators also. And I'm going to do block number 7. So it is very easy, just do 7 blocks on top of each other. Go ahead and remove the glue on this, especially also on the sides, like this. Now we are going to make 6 pieces of 2, also the same way like we did the bottom. So very easy, just 2, and we are going to make 6 of them. So it's, you make them really very fast. And this is number 2. Of course I need some glue again. Always when I'm DIYing, my glue is always the stick is always up, like this. Number 3, number 4, and I'm doing as fast as I can. And you see already also this block has different sizes. And number 5, and the last number 6, and this is number 6. And then we already have our shadow box of window box. I would always say shadow box, but that's something different. So I'm going to glue 2 of them together. So this way and just squeeze them and really press them down also. And we're going to do with the other one the same. So we need 2 of them together this way. And what we're going to do right now, we are going to glue them together, this one in the middle and this one on here, if I am correct. I have to measure out because I'm telling you something, but that's not correct. You have them on this side, so one over here, and this one is closing it up on this side. So first we are going to make one line over here. We are going to place this one against each other and remove the glue, and we are going to do this one and also place them against this one, and be sure that you have them in a straight line this way. And now we have to close only this one up. We do some glue over here and on this side, and we are going to close it in, squeeze it and press it, and then we already have our little sides from our box, and we only need to glue it on top of here. And I use some wood glue for it because before I'm getting around it, my glue is already dried up and he's already down, so I'm taking some wood glue. So I'm just gluing the bottom this way, but I use wood glue, but you can use, if you have maybe a 6000 or something else, which is your privilege. Just do whatever you think is right. And I'm going to glue it on here. Make sure that you have it almost in the middle. Of course you get little sides, but that doesn't matter. We only make sure that the back side is flat because he's coming until the window, so the back side has to be very flat. So I let this dry. I have my box, the flat side over here, and I'm going to do some glue under here this way, over here, just like this. And I'm going to do a little piece over here, a little bit in the middle and on this side. And I think I already did go a little bit too far. I always take like an old piece of towel, and I'm going to, with some wet with some water in it, and then you get your wood glue easily off of all your supplies, so don't worry. And I'm going to place it against, I think it's get a little bit higher. Like this. So now I'm going to place it against each other, and I have to be sure that I have it on the right spot, and this way. And now I'm going to turn it to you, and we are going to let it dry, at least again for a half hour. Our window box is drying, and I told you I'm going to do something with the middle, but you see that in a moment after we painted it. But first we are going to make a wreath. Of course you can use a wreath, just a simple twine wreath just around over here, but I'm going to make it from tumbling tile blocks. And I know it's not the most common wreath you will see, because he is a square, so but with me nothing is common, so I just do. But if you like more a round wreath, is also fine too. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to remove the glue like this, and I'm going to do some on this one, and just make a very simple square this way. And now we only need, of course I have to do some glue on this side and a little on this side. We made this kind of squares a lot more, and just squeeze it and press it inside this way, so we have our own little open square. And I'm going to take out, when I painted it, my greenery, and we are going to make our own little wreath. But of course he has a different size, and of course different from, because he's from Tumbling tile blocks. But we will see how this will turn out. So first we're going to paint everything. For this window and of course the window box, I'm going to use my very cheap brand Furniture Wax, and I'm loving the rustic color. But like I always say, choose any color you like, which is your privilege and what's your fitting in your decor. So I'm going to give it a one coat of my Furniture Wax because that's more than enough. So I will do this and a little bit faster. And I almost forgot to show you how he is looking like without some wax. So choose any color you like. Like I said, I'm going to do it in some Furniture Wax, but I understand if you like another color much better. So I will finish this off also, and then we are going to go further with the next step. We have both of the pieces in some Furniture Wax. What I'm doing right now, I'm just taking a piece of paper kitchen towel and I'm going to go over the Furniture Wax so that I wipe away the wax I don't need, because or else it is very sticky or when you want to decorate it. So, and it gives a nicer look if you go over it with some kitchen towel and wipe it in a little bit of the matte finish. So I'm going to do both of the pieces, and then we're going to further with the decorating our little wreath. First I'm going to paint my little wreath in the white chalk paint like this, and I do it a little bit thicker because I want to be sure that it is covering really well. So we call, in the Netherlands we call white wit. It's almost the same, you only take away a couple of letters, but so in the Netherlands it is wit. So you also learn a little bit of Dutch. So I'm going to paint this totally in the white. My little wreath is in the white color. What I'm going to do, I took out some faux fruit. I have here some pears, and of course I have some lemons. I don't know which one I will use, but I am going to cut one of them in half, and I'm going to do one on this side and one on this side. But I'm not sure if I use the lemons or I like the pear also, but if you imagine, the greenery is fine, but of course also the lemons are fine. First I'm going to cut out one lemon in half, and I make sure that the green stick stays in place. So I'm going a little bit off the middle to make sure that that piece is stayed on the same place. I hope I get it. I hope I get it through the middle. It is really fast faux fruit, because you can see already with all my power I almost cannot get it done. So I'm going to do it sideways, and then I hope I have better luck, because we don't want to break the yellow color. This way I'm squeezing it off, and this is just some styrofoam inside. So, and I still have the green a little big, so I can go for one over here, and if I will cut one and I have one over here. I like the bright yellow color, but I also like the pear, so I am really in debating, but I think I'm going for the lemons. So I have to, this one is a little bit nicer, so I'm going to get off also from this one a little piece, the same like we did with the other one, and I'm going to try to get it sideways again this way, and now I can glue them over here before I do my greenery on top of here. So I just let fall some simple glue from a glue gun in the middle this way, because if you have it too close it is twimpling away or wimpling away. I think that's the right word. And I'm going to go for this one just in the middle, because your hot glue is of course always hot, like it's always it's saying hot glue. That's why it's called this way. I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me this this Monday. And you see, this is already our lemons on here, And now I'm going to take some greenery, but I have some different greenery. I think you also have it. It's on a wire and you can have this kind of little leaves on it. And I'm going to place, of course, first on this corner. I'm going to do a couple of turns, just pull it through the hole and just over here and just next to each other. And I'm going to do the corners like this and squeeze it and press it inside. Now we already have one corner over here and I'm going to do all the 3 corners. I did already all the 3 corners. I still am needing to do the corner with the lemon. Of course, I'm doing some little glue on the back side. Lay down a piece of this garland with the wire just in the glue. Wait until it is dried up, because here's a little bit more difficult because you have the lemons. That's why I'm using a little bit of the glue. Just make sure that it is dried up. And now we're going on front, one on this side of the corner and one turn on this side. So go over it and in the middle, and now we're going to do to the other corner and again this way, and just squeeze your garland through and again through the middle. And now we already have the middle piece and we are going to turn it over like this, and we are going to do some glue and make sure that our garland stays in place before we're going to cut it off. And don't burn yourself because the glue goes through this kind of garland. I think the garland, the Dollar Tree also has this kind of garland. So I thought I had someone did a haul and I did see them. Now I'm going to cut off this last piece. And of course this last piece, when I cut it off, I was thinking I also can use it on the top to hang it on my window. So then we have also the piece of greenery on the window. So I'm going to cut it off. So I'm taking a little bit of my glue, let it fall in, and I'm going to place a little piece of this garland again in the glue and just let it dry so I can use it as a top of my, you can of course also use some ribbon, but I think it's a little bit different just to use some greenery as a piece of the ribbon. And I have to make sure that he stays in place. That's why I need that it is dried up. And the glue must be dry. And you see I'm removing the line wires. And now we can get it on top of here and just place it where we want to have it. But I'm not going to do it yet because I want to have here some letters. I will going to take my wooden letters, but if you are a great painter, just go ahead and paint welcome or something else on top of here. But I'm not a great someone can draw really nice, so I'm going to go for some wooden letters. I'm going for the word hello, and I'm going to do it like I said with some wooden white letters, and I'm going to switch out a little bit where I exactly want to have it. So but I'm going to glue them on top of here. My letters are on top of here. I'm going to take, because I like the ending and this ending, I'm going to do also a little bit with this greenery. So I take 2 of these pieces from the same length. Of course I will measure it out. I have this one, and I'm going to go over here, cut it off so I can glue it on the back side of my window. So I'm going to do one over here and I'm going to glue it. Of course I do the wreath a little bit later. I'm going to do some glue on the back side and on here, and so I have one over here and I will one over here. I will show it to you in a moment. So I have my greenery on the sides of hello. I think that I like that a little bit better. It makes a little bit more, yeah. Here in the Netherlands we say it finishes it off. So it maakt het klaar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my wreath and I'm going to look for where I want to have it, and then I'm going to glue it also on the back side with the greenery. I think I can go a little bit lower like this, and I'm going to fold over the greenery and I'm going to glue it on the back side. And you would say, now our wreath is always also over here, and we have our greenery, have our word that it is off. But what I totally did forgot, I need a knob to open the window. So I have here always a little bag with some little, yeah, you can use it as little figurines, but I taking the very small one. I have to look for the smallest one, like this, and I'm going to paint this one in the white color, and we are going to glue it on top of here. But first I'm going to paint it in the white. In a moment you see a quick impression how our window turned out, and of course we are going to first finish off our window box. What we're going to do, I found a print. I used a couple of DIYs earlier also, and I really am liking the black and the white. So what I'm going to do, because this is much too small, I want to have it on the front, so I'm going to play a little bit with it to get the word garden out of it. So we will see how this will turn out. And this is what I mean. This is the word garden. Of course I know you see it backwards, but that's just my telephone, don't worry. And I did it a little bit different than normally, just in the square and just Mod Podge it on top of here. I like this very much. So if you want to use it, it's also in our free printables in the link down below in our description box. So I'm going to Mod Podge this on the front. So I just take a piece of paper, lay my word on the back side and just do some Mod Podge on top of here. And I think everyone knows how to Mod Podge, so don't worry, this is not something you have to learn, and even I can do I can do it. An amateur like me is always struggling also with my Mod Podge, so don't worry if it doesn't if everything is wrinkling or something else. I have it all the time. So don't worry, we all in this together. And you see, this is, I really am happy, because normally you just have a square or at least a size with straight angles, and I'm just loving how I give the curls around it. But of course you have to do it any way you like. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to take also some greenery and some faux fruit, and I'm going to decorate it. Also, I was just playing around because I want also have here a little piece of greenery. So I just use the same frame like we use with our other window. So it's very easy. I already glued it together because I wanted to play around with it. So it's very easy. Some glue over here, just glue it this way. Some glue on this way, glue it over here. And glue on this side and on the little bit on the inside, and just play it in like this, and you also have your own little wreath. So I already have one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the same garland and I'm going to do some glue on the back side, and I'm going to turn it over, turn it over, turn it over until he's totally in the green color, because I think I'm going to I want to have him in the totally green color. So we will see how this will look like. And here you see our square turned into some green wreath, and I'm going to did a little piece of greenery from this, and I made a little loop, and I did it on the back side with some thumbnail, you see here, like this. And what we're going to do right now, I'm going to fill the little basket up with some greenery, and this greenery you won't see anymore. So I'm going to place it down in the little basket over here, because we are going to do on top the same greenery we used inside of our wreath. So I'm just going to bend it a couple of times. And this garland, you also have to work a little bit with it, because the leaves are totally flat on top of each other. So you have to go over it like this to make it come to life. I always say like this. And I'm going to place a couple of turns this way, and I'm going to place it inside here, and then we're going to do some fruit on top. So I will work with this because this is taking much too long for you. I have done my greenery under in the box, you see already, and now you have the same greenery you use also for your other window. So I always love that things are coming in the same way. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a toothpick, and I also have some pears in the yellow color. You see, I really love them. So I'm going to do a toothpick. I'm just going to I've printed in. I'm just sticking it, sticking it in, and just do a one on the side. And we're going to take another one, and we're going to do it on the other side, this way. And now we're going to take some lemons, of course, also a little over here and some over here, and just decorate it any way you like, because it's for your decor and not mine. So you decide which is fitting for you. This is just, like I always say, an impression. And I'm going to place 3 of them together. Of course, I have to squeeze it in. It's a little bit full inside of the little box, this way, and I have to make sure that I have this one over here. So you see, I leave it with this, but you can go all the way and you can do some ribbon, you can do flowers, you can do anything. But in a moment you see the quick impression I have for both of these DIYs. And here you see a quick impression, because this was it already for today's DIY inspiration. I hope you had fun watching. If you do and you're not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. It would help my channel a lot and it doesn't cost you anything. Do you want to see more DIYs? Come on over to my description box down below. There you will find the link for this channel and of course our main channel Deco Easy. And also don't forget, there you also find the link for our free printables, so check it out. For now, I wish you all an amazing day and I hope to see you on Wednesday. Bye!